Did I transition gradually or go cold turkey into the vegan diet? Also, did the wife do the same? And if so, how long did it take her to notice positive results like increased energy, mental clarity, stamina, etc.? I did not go cold turkey, nor did the wife. Um, she was a vegetarian for close to a decade. I was a vegetarian in high school, so I did a vegetarian diet for about 3 to 5 years, but then I eventually went back to eating animals. The difference between vegetarian and vegan is that vegetarians still consume other animal products as long as they're not consuming the flesh of the animal. Vegans don't consume any animal products at all, so that's no eggs, no dairy, or anything like that. Some vegans still eat like honey that comes from bees. Other vegans don't even deal with the honey because it comes from an animal. So, no animal products is the buzzword for vegan. I hate that word vegan. I prefer plant based eating or natural. Of course, you know, anybody who eats anything that's natural can say it's natural. So, obviously, a cow is natural to the planet, but natural as to what we're supposed to be eating. So I use the word natural diet or plant-based diet. I usually use the word vegan when I'm saying vegan junk food, and trust me, it exists. So vegan junk food, for instance, Oreos. Um, I still eat vegan junk food. Sometimes I find myself eating um, Oreos. I eat very rarely, but you know, it's out there. You have your high sugary vegan desserts. I indulge in those less and less, but those things are there. So vegan junk food is a thing, and it's much healthier than animal-based junk foods, but it's still junk food, and it's going to do to you what junk food does to you, which is put on weight and increase toxicity, especially when dealing with the refined portions of it. So that's why I say natural and plant-based, because you do want to eventually get away from all that stuff. White flour, white sugar, um, white bread, bagels. These are all, as I said, Oreos, all vegan junk food. And you want to get off those things. You want to wean yourself off of those things. And, the transition is gradual, and you move towards getting better and better and better. And eventually you get to all plant based. So my journey was I would say like a 2 year journey or 2 year plus journey, because my journey originally started with nothing to do with transitioning over to a plant based diet. It was 100% centered around losing weight. I had gotten at one point to 365 pounds plus. I had stopped counting after 365 or 375. I really stopped caring at that point how much I weighed. I just knew that if I kept on that journey, I wasn't going to be able to get up out of bed anymore. So I tried all the crash diets that were available to me. My journey for weight loss was centered around losing weight through physical activity. And I just needed food as a way to fuel myself to get from one day to the next, um, as far as getting all the physical output that I needed. So I needed the energy in the night when you eat or whatever, or the previous day to get through the next day. So I decided I was going to try a bunch of different diets. Atkins diets, paleo diets, low carbohydrate diets, high carbohydrate diets, um, any kind of diet that was out there, I was willing to try it. As I said, I just needed energy to get from one workout to the next, which was the bulk of where my weight loss was. Um, I had given up red meat at one point and white potatoes. I needed to do that because French fries are a weakness for me, um, and I needed to get off of them. So if you give up the white potato, that clears up your French fry problem. Granted, you can fry anything, but you get rid of that white potato, there goes fast food French fries. So that was something I had to do along with the red meat. Give up the red meat, there goes you know, your fast food burgers. So that's why I made those decisions. But as I said, going through all these different diets, eventually one day I went on the Atkins. I was I was at a rut as far as weight loss was concerned, and I needed to change my diet again to trigger the weight loss again, because you plateau at certain places when you have to lose a lot of weight. Um, so about 150 pounds into my weight loss, I had plateaued. I wasn't losing weight fast anymore, and I wanted to speed up the weight loss process. So I hit the Atkins, and trust me, you will lose weight on that diet. In fact, I had done what they call the keto diet, which is like, I guess it's like beyond the Atkins. So that's what I went to, the keto diet, um, which is to put your body in ketosis and run off of ketones, which is basically like less than, I don't know, 10 grams of carbohydrates a day. And though the weight loss skyrocketed, the way I was feeling went downhill. So, finishing the keto regime, noticing that I did lose weight, didn't like the way I felt. And I said, you know what, this keto stuff is great for losing weight, but I feel horrible. I got to do the complete, whatever the opposite of what keto is what I'm going to do so I can feel better. And I'll work it out with increased activity to deal with the weight. So that was the night that I decided, hey, everybody in the house, I'm going to do the plant-based diet. I'm not going to say not going to say vegan. I'm going to do the plant-based diet. And the wife, who had been a vegetarian, as I said, for close to a decade, she was on board. Um, the children, who get the same information that I get because it's available to everybody now, and everybody, at least who knows how to read on a fifth grade level, can do their own research now. So they were like, hey, we've heard about this and it sounds good and people are doing it. A lot of people are saying that it's healthy. And, as I said, it's all the buzz in Hollywood and the media. So they said, yeah, we'll try it with you. So obviously that, I believe, was a Friday night. The wife went to the grocery store the next day and we began our quote unquote vegan diet, plant based diet. And I began to feel great immediately because I was coming off the tail end of feeling terrible. But the key is I had already lost so much weight that I had detoxified my body a lot already. When you lose 150 pounds, you get rid of a lot of junk and a lot of toxins that are in your tissue that have been there for years and decades. And I had gotten rid of that through all that physical activity and weight loss already. So, my energy, my mental clarity, my mental focus went up. Um, that doesn't mean that I still didn't have to deal with the further detoxification. Now, with the wife, it was a little slower because she was, still a vegetarian at the time, and there were animal products and junk food and stuff like that in her diet, and she wasn't doing that extended level of detox that I was doing for 18 plus months. So she had to deal with the effects of detox immediately. The children, their results were a little different because they had not accumulated as much poison as we had accumulated through our lifetime. Also, their mother had made sure that um, although they were not plant-based eaters, they consumed very little junk food in the form of fast food and McDonald's and so on. Um, Everything that they had eaten once organic became a thing was organic. If we could get it organic, we would feed them organic food. So their level of toxicity was a lot lower than her level and my level of toxicity. So their results were predominantly great. Um, Now, if you're planning to go plant based, start doing your research. Start doing your research on detoxification. If you do not understand detoxification, you're not going to be successful Start doing your research on the circadian rhythm. Start there. Circadian rhythm is the cycles that your body goes through in every 24-hour period. And these are three cycles: the cycle of eating, um, fasting, and eliminating. And you can call them other things like eating or building, fasting slash and or sleeping, resting, and eliminating, which is your your morning glory. You're getting the stuff out of your body, the detoxifying phase. So why that's important is because these things become extremely important when you move over to a plant-based diet, because you're going to have to get in line with your natural body rhythms. You're not going to a plant-based diet to eat the way you ate the standard American diet. That's not, you're not going to be eating um, these 3 meals a day plus a snack in between each meal plus dessert. If that's what you're planning to do when you go over to a plant-based diet, it's better you just not do it. It's not the purpose. The purpose is not to get on board with the newest media thing. The purpose is to get back to optimal health. But as I said, you have to pay the piper for all the things that you were doing to your body when you were stuffing it with refined, factory created artificial food, which are now stored in your toxins over decades. You're going to get sick. You're going to feel bad. And it's not that you're going to get sick because now you're eating plant-based food. Is that you're going to get sick because those toxins have to go somewhere. They're no longer going to be allowed to be stored in your body based on the detoxifying plant-based food that you're eating. That's specifically what the food is going to do. It's going to say, let's go hunting. And when it goes hunting, it's going to start to release that stuff back into your circulation system and into your lymphatic system. And you're going to start to feel bad. In fact, study fasting. Study that master cleanse, lemonade diet that Beyonce does. You're going to need that in your toolbox because that particular regime is the best elimination, bowel cleaning regime that I've come across. And I use it. I use it once a year for the past 4 years. I go on a 10-day master cleanse. Absolutely necessary once you go over into plant-based eating. Fasting. I fast once a week, 24-hour fast, Friday into Saturday. I began lunar fasting this year. That is another 1-day fast during the new moon and the full moon. This year, I'm also going to be doing seasonal change fasts, which are 3-day fasts during the changing of each season, marked by the equinoxes and the solstices. Um, so, as I said, that 1 year, that annual 10-day master cleanse or fast is something I usually do at the end of the winter going into the springtime. Um, and if I feel poor towards the end of the year, I do another one. And I'll tell you, I during my plant-based eating, eventually I had began to detox again, and I came down with a pretty bad bladder infection because you're filtering all these toxins back through your circulation system. They're going to go back through your kidneys. They're going to go back through your liver. Whatever your liver can't deal with, it's going to push out into your lymphatic system or your skin. You're going to break out. I'm constantly breaking out. That's going to happen. You're going to have to deal with it. Like these, the poisons from the McDonald's and all those ingredients that you can't pronounce on the back of the food that you've been eating for decades, it it didn't magically disappear when you put it into your body. It actually went into your tissue. It went into your fat cells. It went into the 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 liquids and the tissue surrounding all your organs. When you eat this plant-based food, particularly sweet fruits, it says, awesome. This person is really ready to heal his self or herself. Let's start to heal. And it starts to pull those things out of the lymphatic system and put them back into circulation, because it needs to go back through your cleansing organs. So your organs are going to start to get overworked again. And guess that means you're going to start to feel sick. So this particular fast is to deal with some aches and pains that the wife is experiencing, because we have to do this. We have to detoxify. That's the only way to get back to optimal health. Get some books. Mucusless Diet. This is Professor Arnold Ernst. He's very easy to read. Alkalize or Die. Theodore Baruti. These are very quick books to get through. Longer books like African Holistic Health, Dr. Laila Africa. Tons and tons and tons of lectures online about plant-based eating. Get involved. Read those things. Understand. Understanding is where we fail, because we think that because we eat an apple and then we start to feel poor, that there must be something wrong with the apple. And then we start to say crazy things to the universe like, I'm allergic to apples, so let me go back to McDonald's. No, you're not allergic to apples. You ate the apple, and the apple is saying, let me help this person get rid of those ingredients that he couldn't pronounce on the back of the snacks that he ate yesterday. Then you start to feel bad. And what you do is you blame the fresh fruit instead of bar X that you ate yesterday. Because when you ate bar X, what your body did was say, let's store this stuff in the tissues. So you didn't have to deal with it yesterday. You have to deal with it when you eat detoxifying foods or when you fast. Which is why when you go on a plant-based diet, you also have to get in line with the idea that you're going to have to develop a fasting regime to get rid of the toxins that a plant-based diet is going to bring back into circulation, because you're actually giving your body the opportunity to deal with them. So your results are going to vary. There are going to be days that you feel absolutely great and you're going to be soaring. You're going to be like, this is great. But then you're going to get sick, because it's going to release something back into circulation that you probably ate years ago. It's going to release, all those side effects that come with the drugs that you take for the diseases that we gather today. And they tell you that, it's going to fix this one thing, but give you these other 40 side effects. Well, guess what? All those potential side effects were also absorbed into your tissues when you decided to take this medicine slash drugs slash poison that the doctor recommended. And because he went to school and wrote it down on a piece of paper, and there's a pharmacy that exists to sell you this drug, you thought it was actually helping you. And it was helping you by poisoning you. And by poisoning you, it basically said, never mind the sickness that this person is dealing with. Let's poison this person to turn off the receptors that this person has in his or her body that's telling them that they're sick. So the drug or the poison deals with turning off the receptors of your bodies that are telling you that you're sick. You don't get unsick. It just deals with the symptom. It doesn't deal with the problem. Only your body can deal with the problem. And the only way your body deals with the problem is through what you eat and how you detoxify. So It's what you ate that probably made you sick in the first place, especially if you've eaten it over an extended period of time. Again, i.e., the standard American diet that's making everybody sick, giving everybody diabetes, giving everybody heart disease. There's only one way to deal with that, and it's not through Western medicine. Western medicine, is great for like trauma, broken bone, car accident, gunshot wound, slip and fall. Um, Western medicine is awesome at that. They'll cut you up and sew you back together. They'll splice you with another person if they need to. Yeah, it's called transplants, right? Um, but Western medicine is not good at healing disease. The only thing they can do is to manage your symptoms. And they manage your symptoms again through telling your body through their poison to stop giving a negative response to what this person is feeling, to allow your body more time to deal with it. And they give you this other thing called antibiotics, which basically says kill everything good and bad, and we're going to put our money on the fact that this person's immune system is going to recover before this other thing that was ailing this person and giving him an immune system response recovers. So that we're going to kill everything, the immune system is going to rise back up and then be able to heal the body again. That's basically what antibiotics are. So know these things, be informed. um, be informed and you'll be more successful. Know that there's going to be ups and downs. You're going to get sick, but not because you're catching the common cold or flu, or because things are getting worse, and because this plant-based slash vegan diet doesn't work. No, you got to deal with the stuff that you've done to yourself.